Hello and welcome. The temperature is cool here at Optus Stadium. A reasonable turnout for this match. And welcome to my co-commentator and Richmond goal-kicking legend, Matthew Richardson.
Happy to be here today, Dan. Can't wait for this one to start. Practice matches offer the ideal scenario for experimentation, Dennis. And don't forget, practice makes perfect.
The cheer squad's hard work is paying off. The banner looks great and everything is spelt correctly. Mind you, I'm the last man to ask. We have the toss of the coin. The Eagles kicking to the left of screen. I can't wait for this encounter to begin, and I think the crowd would agree with me too. They're on the edge of their seats. And away we go, and a wonderful bounce by the umpire. Takes possession. Rydick with the ball. Rydick feeds it wide. Big man does nicely. He collects the loose ball. Dio was taken high. Puts boot to ball. Nice mark under pressure. Hartlett with a gigantic kick. Good mark by Wines. A rushed kick. Rockcliffe grabs that one. Oh, that's a nice long kick. Dio picks up the bouncing ball. Out of bounds near the 50. It looks like the umpire has decided it's a boundary throw-in. Nui decisively. Handballs from the tackle. She gains possession through the interception. Rydick picks up the bouncing ball. Dio manages to get the handball out of the pack. Kicks it. No one troubling him there. 45 metres out. Boots it. Cleanly picked up. She gets the kick off before he's poleaxed by Rockcliffe. Duggan on the ball at the moment. Superb handball. Redden gets a less than pretty drop putt away. Jams it on the boot now. Strong mark.
Jeddah can achieve anything he sets his mind to. The sky is the limit for this guy. It takes courage to throw yourself at the ball like that. He scoops up the loose ball. He's got the footy now. His run-up looks promising. It's a mark. Jonas kicks the ball. A good contested mark there.
Wines, one out in the square. She collects. He has the ball. Nui kicks it out of the congestion. We have a scoreboard. You'd see it as a soccer match right now. He runs into the goal. Kennedy making a mess of that kick. Point the difference. That's one area of his game that does need improvement.
Jonas has been a solid contributor for this team. His coach will know what to expect from him week to week, which really helps when structuring the team. Gets the loose ball. He has the ball. Burne-Jones gathers the ball. He gets a fist to it. Rockcliffe gathers the ball. Vardy handballs it.
Darling hitting in. Watch his style. A magnificent kick right through the middle. And we have the first goal of the match. There's one for the time capsule. The Ruckmen steel themselves before the bounce. The bounce. Tapped by Nui is in his possession. That's holding the ball. He did have prior opportunity. Delivers the footy with a beautiful drop punch. Low spearing kick. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. Duggan shoots off the handball. You've got to move faster than that. Holding the ball. Rockcliffe sends the ball on its way. Pollock aims for his man on the ground with the quick hands. It's impossible to outplay an opponent you can't outthink. Think about that. And he's heading for home. Nice mark there. Richo, what are his chances from here?
I would expect him to get this, Dennis.
40 metres out. Kennedy going for number 1. Kennedy with the goal. The Eagles leads by 13. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Ryder totally outclassed in that contest. Dowling kicks. Not sure what he was trying to attempt there, but the ball has changed possession. Takes it well. Puts boot to ball. Takes that one strongly. A talk from Bartlett. Cripps collects it. Moves it quickly by hand. Dowling just stopping for a quick dance. I don't think he envisaged that result. West Coast by 14. Disappointing kick there. Jonas waiting to bring it back into play. Strong mark by Pittard. A low stabbing kick. That decision was like taking a beer to a job interview. Not a very good idea. Cluey gets his man holding the ball. He'll get the free. Sends it on its way. Pollock presents and takes the mark. Gets boot to high. Almost a touch of synchronized swimming about that mark. Minus the peg. He gets another possession. He's got the footy in his hands. Redden slams it on the boot. Dowling with the mark.
West Coast could bypassing their forward targets and having shots on the run with very few marks inside forward 50. He steadies now in front of goal. Lacroix goes for home. Magnificent goal.
The Eagles by 20 points. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. And look at that bounce. Nat Nui thumps it forward. Kicks. And the mark will be paid. Burne-Jones kicks. Clean tap by Bartlett. He has the ball. Cluey looking to make them pay for that turnover. He gets his hands on the footy, jams it on the boot. He has to hold on to those. Kennedy picks up the bouncing ball. He receives the handball. Cluey tackles. Jonas pushes in the back like an old lady poking her umbrella at a wasp's nest. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision. West Coast get the scoreboard ticking over with that goal. That's his second. This one gives them an even bigger lead.
Kennedy is good on both left and right, so kicking off either side is just not an issue for him.
The ball is bounced. Nat Nui with the punch. He picks up the loose ball. Picked up the ball. Wow, what a nose for those loose balls. He's got the footy in his hands. He kicks inside 50. Talking to a football doesn't do much good unless you do it while your opponent is lining up. Going for goal number 1. That ball's travelling. West Coast with a healthy gap on the scoreboard, leading Port Adelaide 32-0. The Ruckmen steel themselves before the bounce. The ball bouncing well. Ryder not even close to getting a hit out. He might have to take a leaf out of the Karate Kid and sweep the knee. A mark by Bieber. Choose to kick it. The siren sounds, and that's the end of the opening term. The score's West Coast 32 to Port Adelaide 0.
The Eagles are up and about early, but I bet the coach will be happy with this lead at quarter time as the players look like they are ticking all the boxes for commitment and determination.
The first break is finished and play is set to commence.
Never give up, never give in. And when the upper hand is yours, you may have the ability to win with the dignity that you absorb the loss.
Grabs the footy. Short handball from Pierre. Duggan puts it on the boot. Solid as a rock, and he comes away with a lovely contested mark. Redden passes. Vardy collects. Pittard with the mighty fist. The bouncing ball is controlled. Pittard throws the ball. Free kick. Spears a low ball. Great mark under pressure. Sends it on its way. Over the top of the pack. Darling in no hurry as he prepares for the kick. 25 metres out. Going for goal number 2. Chalk up a goal for West Coast. Darling with his second goal. The lead has been increased. Well, that's what we've come to expect from him. Fantastic goal. Darling celebrates. Here we go. Hit by that Nui. Takes possession. Clean tap by Pollock. Shuey somehow manages to get that ball out with all those players around him. Slams it on the boot. He gathers the loose ball. Lobs the handball. The ball mopped up. The ball came out of the pack like a wet salmon. The Eagles lead the power.
Jonas obviously loves playing for the club. I can't imagine him being anywhere else. There's no contest for that mark. Hiddard slams the ball to his boot. Redden getting into position for the kick. He gets boot to the ball. It's a mark. Darling lines up.
45 metres out. Going for goal number 3. Hands like dinner plates. 15 metres out. 15 metres out. He's getting accustomed to kicking goals. West Coast have scored the last 7 goals. The Eagles lead the power 45-0. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Nat Nui comes away with the ball. Lecrac with the mark. He'll need a long-range boomer from here. Sends the Sharon on its way. Great grab. Kicks it. Almost a touch of synchronized swimming about that mark. Minus the peg. So well timed. A rushed kick. Shuey with the mark. Sends the Sharon on its way. He timed the release to perfection. Kennedy full on his own with no one between him and the goals. West Coast have scored the last 8 goals. West Coast leads by 51.
Kennedy often has to shoot with very little time and space. He just has that innate sense of knowing where the goals are, even when he's being tackled.
And that goal is right off the top shelf for him. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Cleared by that Nui. Has it now. Darling with no other option but to put it to the empty space. He's racking up possessions. Nat Nui just manages to sink it. That's his first. They're starting to stamp their dominance on this game.
Nat Nui, he's creative with his game. He always makes an appearance on the highlight reel.
Well, that's what we've come to expect from him. Fantastic goal.
Nat Nui wears his heart on his sleeve and he just bleeds for this footy club. Good hand skills there. He boots it. Lecrac gathers it, passes by hand, head down, going for goal. The goal for West Coast.
All is in readiness. The bounce is dead straight. Punched by that Nui. Scoops up the bouncing ball. Need grabs that one. Kicks it across the ground. Schofield manages to get the handball out of the pack. Rockcliffe has to get this goal. Goes wide for a behind. But Adelaide should really pack up and go home at this stage. It's not the score he was looking for. He plays it to himself. Slams it on the boot. Wingard presents and takes the mark. 50 metres out. He's kicking on about 45 degrees from here. It's going. Dixon claims the ball. Goal to Power. Gets his first. A badly needed goal from Dixon. You've heard the expression shooting fish in a barrel. Well, this is shooting fish in a fish market.
Dixon can be very consistent. He does still need to do some more work to make sure he brings his A game to every match.
Just in time with that kick. Hartlett throws it, clear as day. Cripps lines it up 50 metres from home. Gets boot to high. Simply outplayed the opposition there. He steers it out of the defensive 50.
The Power just aren't running for each other and creating any space to work into. And as a result, they haven't been able to earn many shots inside 50. Flurry with the kick. Slips through his fingers. Passes by hand.
Boak drives it inside the 50. Look at the concentration on his face as he lines up for the goal. 50 metres out. A set shot on a 45-degree angle for Knee. 40 metres out. You'd back him from this possession. Wingard going for number one. He's having a ball, if you'll excuse the pun. That's two in a row for Power. Some nice goals, but it won't make much difference at the end of the day.
Wingard, he's creative with his game. He always makes an appearance on the highlight reel.
Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. Both rucks have a fair shot at this one.
Nat Nui is good, but he doesn't always find that best option while in congestion. Polek slams the ball to his boot. Sending it on its way. He handballs it.
Slams it on the boot. Collected by Gav. He's really a ball magnet. Cripps manages to get the handball out of the pack. Dowling tries his luck with a shot at goal. 25 metres out, and he's kicking on a 30-degree angle. This could prove difficult for him. Going for goal number 5. Nice kick. The Eagles with the upper hand in this match, and it shows on the scoreboard, leading 69-13. A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Knocks it down in front. Manages to get a hand to it. Sheed swoops on the loose ball and will have a change of possession. Lecrac gets the upper hand. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision. The siren sounds, and that's the end of the second term. The score's West Coast 69 to the Power 13.
If the opposition get the early run on in the second half.
The players have taken to the ground looking refreshed and they're ready, so let's get the third term going.
It will be interesting to see what changes, if any, the coaches make for the second half of the match.
Goes up the line. Boak has a great set of hands. Fantastic mark. Marks. Sends the Sharon on its way. Redden picks up the loose ball. Nat Nui gets the ball. Vardy, the better man there. As cool as a prize marrow as he lines up for this shot. Pumps it inside the 50. Casanova would have been jealous of that pickup. He gives the ball away. Cleary has the ball. A solid mark from Burn-Jones.
Book the Power haven't been able to set up many shots at goal, but I'm not sure that's the forward's fault. The ball has been coming in way too slow. You can't expect your forward to kick a winning total that way. Lining it up with the goal now.
Vardy kicks an ugly looking one here. I think it came off the other side of the boot. Jams it on the boot now. The mark is taken by Pittard. Jams it on the boot. And the ball goes over the boundary line. The ball has been thrown in. Nat Nui with the tap. He controls the bouncing ball. Cleary gets the tap. Shuey sticks out his hands and collects the ball. Nat Nui thumps the ball for goal. The goal eludes him just wide of the target. West Coast by 57. I would have expected him to nail that.
It's time to roll the dice out there and see how the game might open up. Yes, the Power might get hurt on the rebound, but I think more scoring opportunities will present themselves. Flurry with the kick, Rockcliffe with the mark. He puts power behind that kick. Ryder with the ball.
Sends it on its way. Nice mark there. 45 metres out. He's kicking on about a 30-degree angle, which could prove challenging. You're perilously close to having the floodgates open. It's a bad feeling. This goal is vital. The ball picked up. Sends the ball to open space. Hearn with a kick as he gets pulled down by Gray. Hastily kicked. Ebert aims for his man on the ground. Tapped by Rockcliffe. Wines with a kick as he gets pulled down by McGovern. Handballs to the running man. Shuey kicks it. A mark by Nui. Chips it down towards half forward. A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. He's on a 30-degree angle. Dowling drives the ball towards goal. Dowling just makes the goal line. This kick stretches the lead. That's 2 in a row for West Coast. The Eagles lead the power.
Darling has the ability, I think, to be a 20 to 30 a goal season player.
The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. The bounce straight down. Punch by Ryder. The ball in the hands of Redden. Gathers the ball. Hits the running man. Wines intercepts the bouncing ball. Watt likes his chances for goal. Takes that one strongly. 15 metres out. Dixon going for number 2. You heard the expression shooting fish in a barrel. Well, this is shooting fish in a fish market. That's one area of his game that does need improvement.
Schofield is a pretty decent kick of the footy, but you can always be better. He slams that on the boot. Sending it on its way. Really solid use of the body to outmark his opponent. He gets boot to the ball. Kept his composure then.
Lining up the goal now. 45 metres out. This will have to be his very best kick to score from this range. Lecrae lets fly with a shot at goal. Chalk up a goal for West Coast. The second goal for Lecrae. This kick puts them further into the lead. He scores, he scores, he scores. What an absolute classic. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. The ball is bounced.
Nui has such great hands. He always gives his team first touch, and he seems to always know who's in the best position to receive those clever touches. He kicks it long. Strong mark there.
Lecrae kicks into his attacking 50. Vardy presents and takes the mark. 25 metres out. Almost in the bag from this position, you would think. Vardy lets fly with a shot at goal. West Coast have scored the last 4 goals. West Coast in front. I'll put a cork in that goal. That's vintage stuff. And I bet he'll only get better with time. Nui with the tap. He gains possession. Goes by hand. Puts the head down as he runs in. Kennedy marks it. Takes his time as he lines up for goal. It's okay to have butterflies. Just get them in flying formation. Kennedy hammers the ball for goal. Slots it. That's 5 in a row for West Coast. The Eagles beginning to apply their supremacy on the scoreboard with a lead of 94 to 14.
Kennedy is creative with his game. He always makes an appearance on the highlight reel.
He'll kick. It's not a bad sort of a kick either. It's a goal. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. Here we go. Palms it down nicely. He gets his hands on the footy. Jeddick, the better man there.
Jeddick's shown a lot of character with his recent performances. Flurry with the ball. Sending it on its way. Jonas marks the ball. Sending it on its way. He takes the contested mark. Rockcliffe boots it. He grabs it.
Rydick slams it on the boot. Moves it quickly by hand. Hearn sends the ball on its way. Takes that one strongly.
Look, the Power haven't been able to set up many shots at goal, but I'm not sure that's the forward's fault. The ball has been coming in way too slow. You can't expect your forward to kick a winning total that way. He taps the ball. Jeddah gets the ball. He's blocked it. Bogue gives the ball to the running man.
Darling with his head down, running for home. Vardy drops it. Nat Nui with a big fist on it. Darling with a big bump to Cleary. Hartlett with the tap. Bounces favourably for Rockcliffe. Great mark. West Coast in front by 80 at the end of the third quarter.
If the Eagles can maintain their structures and continue playing on their terms, then this game is a foregone conclusion. So it's just about the last roll of the dice if Port Adelaide intend to make any inroads to this deficit.
Here's last quarter. Here we go.
It's not over when you're losing terribly. It's over when you quit.
Redden with the bump. They've conceded possession. Wingard had no chance at that one. Both hands right in the middle of the back. A clear free. Shot by Gray. Goal to Port Adelaide. A badly needed goal from Gray. A big margin, but lots of time left. The Ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Here we go. Rydick without a touch. The clearance by Nat Nui. Shuey guides it. Did he see a ghost? Lobs the handball. Who was that to? Off the ground. Handball short. Here he is going for goal number 7. That could be the final nail in the coffin.
Kennedy's really good at reading the play out on the field. He just needs to start doing it faster.
The Ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce.
The Eagles have just been so dominant in the ruck, and that's been able to give their midfielders so much time and space, and that's why they lead this match. Bogue boots it. He taps the ball. He taps the ball. Gaff picks it up. He lays off the pass. Cripps kicks the ball. Pittard with good strong hands.
Sends it on its way. That decision was like taking a beer to a job interview. Not a very good idea. Jumping at shadows. Nicely intercepted by Boak. He gains possession. Hits the running man. Wines with an easy mark. Puts boot to ball. Great mark. Boots it. Takes it well.
Polek. He's got a few tricks up his sleeve, so defenders will have to be on their game. Westhoff shoots for goal. The Power getting some momentum back. Port Adelaide lagging behind the Eagles on the scoreboard.
You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Nat Nui outstretches his opponent to win the ruck. Great mark over the pad. Gets boot to Leather. Spilled by Wines. Right now he looks like a man in a darkened room trying to discover where all the furniture is. Darling getting into position for the kick. Darling taking a chance at goal. Darling goes goalward. It's true. If this game were being played on water, the Eagles would be walking on it. Ruckman awaiting the bounce. The bounce is dead straight. Nat Nui gets the tap. Pressure didn't faze him. Kicks as cool as the other side of the pillar. Sheen gains possession through the interception. Gets boot to Leather. Gets the loose ball. Guided by Gray. Wingard starts in, his shadow beside him. Where else would it be? Well, depends on the side. Wingard taking a chance at goal. You've heard the expression shooting fish in a barrel. Well, this is shooting fish in a fish market. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Nat Nui is a class above. I expect he'll continue to dominate Ryder. Cleary throws the ball. Free kick. Bumps the pigskin. Burn-Jones will get the free. Sends it on its way. Great grab. Boots it. Sheen. Again, Richard.
He's using the ball superbly, Dennis.
Hand passes. They've conceded possession. Quick hands find the running player. Over the top of the pack. That had some power behind it. Gaff with another possession, finding the running player, bumps the pigskin. Nice mark under pressure. We'll need a long-range boomer from here. Chip kick along the wing. The mark is taken by Lacroix. This will have to be his very best kick to score from this range. A 45-degree shot is not too hard. He just has to keep his cool 40 metres out. Going for goal number 5. He's having a ball. If you'll excuse the pun, Dowling increases the lead. That could be the final nail in the coffin. The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Hit by that Nui. Gains possession. He gets tackled as he hands it off. Tackled, but gets the handball off. Let's hope the shot at goal is as good as the delivery. Westhoff might struggle for this distance. They really need a goal on the board now. To be generous, you'd say he was just wide of the mark with that shot. That won't help. They need a goal. It's not the score he was looking for.
Schofield has improved his hands to a point now that he can release players from tight pack situations. He boots it. He grabs it. Boak lines up. Sending it on its way. The mark will be paid. Westhoff lines up.
A chance to add one more to his tally. Slots it. You've heard the expression shooting fish in a barrel. Well, this is shooting fish in a fish market. A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Nat Nui with the tap. He brings it out of the pack. Marston gets the upper hand. Spears a low ball. Jams it on the boot. Gray takes it well.
Port Adelaide haven't taken many marks inside their 50. They need to be more aggressive and create some room, or they'll find themselves far too behind on the scoreboard. Shuey takes possession. He gets boot to the ball. He doesn't want to take too long lining this shot up. He slams that on the boot. He gets it under pressure.
And he's kicking on a 30-degree angle. This could prove difficult for him. Dowling unloads one towards goal. Dowling goes goalward. It's true. It looks like West Coast had this one in the bag.
Darling wears his heart on his sleeve and he just bleeds for this footy club.
Ruckman awaiting the bounce. The ball has been bounced. One down by that Nui. Booted by Chi. Cripps takes it well.
Cripps can be very consistent. He does still need to do some more work to make sure he brings his A game to every match. He claims the ball, lining it up with the goal now. Kennedy goes for home. It's in the air. Kennedy has slotted it through for a 6-pointer. West Coast have the edge over the Power in this match.
Oh, he'll be loving that goal when he sees it in the highlights package. Dixon didn't even get close to that tap. Jams it on the boot. Marked by Gaff. He chooses to play on. Lobs the pass. Shuey returns it. Going for goal number 1. The goal eludes him just wide of the target. The Eagles lead the Power 125 to 39. He'll be disappointed with that effort. Jonas has a fair kick on him. I expect him to roost this down the middle. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision. Nice work from Lacroix. That's number 3. Listen, here's the thing. This game was over before it began, and I don't think there's anything further I can add that will shed light on this outcome. Very one-sided. Richo, did you enjoy the matchup between the Eagles and Port Adelaide?
Well, they won't look at the tapes of this too much this week. They'll probably just put this one out of their minds and try and move on to next week's challenge.
That's a unique spin on things, Richo. Final scores are 131 to 39. That's it for us. I will see you again, but not yet. Not yet.